What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to speak about trading boom and crash and how easy it can actually be if you just think a little bit outside the box. So I know some of you are asking on the group, like they're specifically looking for that 61 or that 50 or that 78 retest. So I'll go through an example now, but people are looking for exact things. And with trading, it's never going to always be exact. It's nice when it works out and it does help sometimes, but it's never going to, well, it's not always going to be exact. So let's look at an example where it wasn't an exact trade, but you could have still entered and caught this massive buy on Boom 1000. That was a crazy buy, and you could have entered it in this area over here. Like you could have entered it there. So let's quickly go through it. So I can show you guys that it isn't always the easy entry, but it is still in front of you. It is there. You can still spot it and go and enter that trade. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. So we are on a bullish move over here. We are moving up, as you can see here. So when it breaks higher highs the whole time, we are in a bullish move. So the only time we will be moving bearish is when it breaks, let's say, that low, or that low to the downside, then it will be bearish again. But in this case, you can see that we are still bullish upwards here. So when boom hits or breaks this high over here, so it broke this high and it came back into this area over here, that's when we should put our fib from the low to the high over there, right? From the low to the high there. And then as per my other videos, if you want to go look at them, we are going to look for a trade in the 50 to the 78 zone. So we're going to look for an order block or a fair value gap in this zone over here. Okay, so quite simple to spot it. The order block is this red candle over here. So we're going to mark this red candle like this. We're going to then remove the fib and we will then look for a trade in that area. Okay, so funny enough, in this case, you might have been like, oh no, it went past this order block, sorry, went past it. It's not valid anymore, but that's not true. We're still in the 78 zone. It's still a valid downward step for that trade. So now we still go to the lower time frames. For some reason, I can't go to the 1 minute to this area, but we are on the 5 minutes. Now, if you go to the 5 minutes, you will have a few options to enter. So as you guys kind of see, we were in that green block here. It was below it, but we're still in the 78 zone. Okay. If it goes past that 78 zone and it goes past the 0 or that bottom part, the 1 or the 0, then we are going bearish. But we are still in this trade. It was just a deep retracement, but we know in this zone it needs to go up, right? So now we're on the lower time frames. Like I said, go look at the 1 minutes as well, but I can only go to the 5 minutes now. If I go to 1 minute, this is blank. You will then do the same thing again. Look for a solid break of a high. Okay. So for example, we got a little bit of a consolidation over here, but then we had this solid break of a high here, right? High there and a high there. It broke through it again. This was a little bit of a liquidity sweep, but that's another story. If you want to know more about that, go check out Precision Synthetic Trades videos. That was a little bit of a liquidity sweep, which is fine. It's normal. It's a lot of reasons for the charts to do that. But when it did that, it was forming highs again, went up into that order block there. And that would have been your entry. Okay, so this 3 red candles together with that retest there, that would have been your entry up. Okay, that would have been your hold for that long buy. If you were uncertain about that, you could have said, okay, it broke all these. So there's like, you can have a bunch of entries. There's, if you miss the first one, it's usually not done. You can have another entry again. There should be another chance for you to enter. So if you want to take, let's say, all these highs together, right? This was a solid resistance that was broken, but there was no retest on that order block there. So if you go and see that little order block there, you can then take it to the right hand side, and there was your retest. Perfect there for that buy again. So you had your second chance there, and I'm sure you had your third chance in this area. Once again, go to the 1 minute and look at it. But the point of this video is just to tell you guys that when it goes past the level, when it looks a little bit odd, it's not always over. You're still in that zone. Wait for it to break to the upside for that retest into the order block or a fair value gap on the lower time frame to get your entry. The higher time frames is to spot the zone. The lower time frames is to find the perfect entry. Obviously, I'm not going to say you can't use the higher time frames for entries. You can definitely use the higher time frames for entries, but the only problem is you might have a little bit of a bigger stop loss, okay? But this is also like a perfect trade, like that order block there on the 1 hour for your entry there, and this came into this fair value gap over there for that buy over there. So you can do the higher time frames. I just prefer going on the lower time frames and sniping it over there for a tighter stop loss, as I know most boom and crash traders like trade with smaller accounts. But if you have bigger accounts, this is probably the best just to stick on the 1 hour and wait for that retest into an order block or fair value gap close to the 78, 68 or 50. So hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys understand a little bit more about, just think about looking outside of the box. Anyway, if you guys like trading Forex and Nasdaq and those things, go check out FundedNext, link in my bio. Very cool prop firm. There's a discount code for you as well. Probably one of the top 3 best prop firms at the moment. But yeah, check it out. And I hope this helps and clears up a few things to you guys. And keep trading safely and use proper risk management. Cheers.